Guys, today we've got Nike about to drop one of the largest amounts of collaborations we've ever seen. Signups for this year's biggest sneaker release has just gone live, and everyone is accusing Nike of stealing designs. Welcome to the midweek re-up, some really exciting updates for today's video, so let's do a very quick release recap because there's only like two things. First one is the Travis Scott smoothie, the Air One smoothie. It was only a matter of time. Come on, Travis Scott just does everything in terms of collaborations. If there's money involved, he's there. Although I will say that the $22 smoothie, a lot of the proceeds, or all of the proceeds, benefiting the Cactus Jack Foundation, which helps deliver education and creative resources to young people. What's the resell though? Valid. We also had a little shock drop. I believe this might have just been for the EU and the UK. This is the Pata Nike collaboration, this colorway. So this is like the third colorway that we've seen now. Obviously we had the Volt, we had the blue. We've also got a triple black one, but that's later down the line. These things had a small shock drop, so that means that they're most likely going to have another drop a little bit later on. But yeah, that's about it. So let's get into this upcoming stuff, and what better way to start than to start off with some releases that are right around the corner, starting off with Supreme. I said start way too many times, so I'm gonna stop now. Supreme week 19, here are the prices and the pieces that are included. I think this front page is like the most, I guess, desirable items. This little combo over here, like I don't even know what the hell this is. Like, what is that graphic? A stadium, like close-ups of a stadium? Interesting, at least. Some jackets or shirt jackets, it kind of looks like. Some t-shirts, which I think these would be pretty popular. Looks like something that's very trendy. We got some caps and bucket hats, a keychain with a skull on it, and that is it? Really? Either way, July 3rd for any of this. Also want to give you guys a quick reminder of the best sneakers that are dropping here in July. We did a little bit of a roundup in Sunday's video, but here's just like a quick reminder for anybody who's out of the loop. First up, we've got the Kobe Air Force One July 1st. Now, this is not going to be dropping on July 1st. I've heard that it's delayed until July the 8th. That's why it's not up on the Nike sneakers app or anything. Then we got the Pure Money 3s, which is going to be dropping July 3rd. This is already loaded up to the Nike sneakers app. Nice pair of 3s in my opinion. It's just really down to you guys if you feel like it's a must-have. So many other crazy shoes dropping, so I understand if you decide to pass. SB Dunk Low Dark Bart, July 3rd as well. Then we got the little New Balance 2000 pack, this silver colorway July 10th. Same thing with this black colorway, same day. If I had to choose between both, I'm taking the lighter one. Then of course we got the Levi's Air Max 95 collection or pack. They're doing 3 different colorways. This is July the 11th. So we got the black, the white, and then the blue, which is not on here. So maybe that's a Levi's exclusive. Yeah, so just the black and the white dropping on the sneakers app. The blue colorway must be a Levi's exclusive as of right now. Then we got the Jordan 3 Starfish. I imagine these are not going to sell out and not that many people are going to be after them. Solid colorway though. Nice little summer vibe, July 18th. Then the Jordan 4 Rare Air. Another one which I'm not entirely sure the demand on. You guys can let me know down in the comment section, but that is July the 24th. Another July drop, which kind of took me by surprise. I don't know if it's just this image that's making them look super hard, but it's the Jordan 1 High Self-Expression. So we've been looking at leaks, but never of the underlay panels. And now that this person has kind of scuffed them up, distressed them, or removed the black layer, these things are looking cool. So here's some detailed shots of what they look like with some of that paint removed. I don't know if this guy used acetone or sandpaper. How hard is it to remove the outer layer? It comes triple black, but you could just remove the paint to reveal a multicolor variation. This looks something out of like a comic book or like a cartoon or a drawing. Something cool, something pretty different. I like it. Look at the box that it comes in, also with the same kind of like wiped away paint to reveal the pink. Extra laces in there as well. These are cool. I'm not mad at them at all. I like them a lot more than I thought I would, because these are the images that we were looking at and I was like, oh god, here we go again. Definitely not buying these, but when they're actually distressed, that's cool. Either way, July 12th for these, $180. Let me know if these images change your mind or if you're like, probably gonna pass. Little update on the Nike Skims collaboration that I believe was supposed to drop relatively soon. It's been delayed. So initial launch was delayed from spring 2025. So this was due to production issues, apparently. I don't think that they've kind of given an exact release date for the next one, just later in 2025. So I assume towards the end of the year. And how they're doing this release release or this collaboration is going to be a phased rollout. So it starts in the US through like different retailers and then through Nike.com. Then it's going to have its global expansion next year in 2026. Just a little update on this. I know a lot of people are excited about the Nike Skims partnership. It's a big bet for Nike. They're really hoping this does well. So there's your update. This is pretty cool. We just got, I think this is our first looks, at least of this colorway, of Westside Gunn's Saucony Grid Jazz 9. Let me say it slower. So here we have him teasing this pair, or at least showing us some pretty detailed shots. And I gotta say, I love the freaking scorpion on the side. That is dope. It kind of seems like something Nike would do though, like with their Nike swoosh. They've done it with like a shark before on like the Oski collaboration, but on here, on a mesh runner, it's cool. So it looks like that comes on the inside panels, which is unfortunate unless this is the inside panel. I'm not entirely sure. It's hard to tell which orientation these are at, but yeah, it does look like the scorpion is on the inside panel, which is a little bit of a shame. You'd like that to be on the outside. Either way, it looks like a really, really solid pair of shoes. I would like to see it in some other colors, something that's a little bit more contrasty so you can see all of the unique materials and stuff, because this looks like crocodile leather or something like that. Crocodile print at the very least. It's going to be dropping this fall, and yeah, excited to see what Saucony does in the future. Their collaborations have been really solid. Speaking of collabs, this one's interesting. We got a CDG Nike bringing back the Air Max Dolce from 2002. I think it's Dulce. Either way, this is a very, very unique model, I guess is the best way of putting it. I mean, it kind of fits in the trend of like a loafer to some extent, although it's definitely not, but it has that appearance with this covering. Now, in typical CDG fashion, they're just going to be doing black and white colors. That's what they always do. But I actually really like the side panel, though, the side view of this. And I do genuinely think this is going to be pretty popular. Either way, this is going to be a spring-summer 2026 launch, which I wonder if this trend is still going to be around in that far in the future. Maybe it is. Maybe it's going to be even more prevalent. We'll have to wait and see. But these are the first looks, first images. What do you guys think about this? Sticking with CDG, they just also unveiled their Asics collaboration. We got the Gel SD Lite. I don't know if I've ever seen this sneaker or if it's like a new model from Asics, but this is also a 2026 launch, and I actually do like the look of it. Seems like they're going a little bit crazy with the colors here. We got red and white instead of black or white. Now they come in the regular tones. I do kind of like how the midsole or the outsole kind of moves up onto the top of the shoe, even though it does remind me of like a Balenciaga a little bit. Maybe that's what they're going for, but it's a cool, unique look that I definitely don't mind. Like maybe it's a little bit chunkier as well. It's a cool silhouette. I like the two-tone design, 3 different colors, blue, red, and black. Again, spring, summer 2026, so let's keep it moving. Another 26 release, we got the Devin Booker, the Book 2 collaboration with Nike, or his signature sneaker, and I don't really know what's going on with this pair of shoes. So this image over here, whether this is a leaked image or something, a render, it's basically a Spiridon mashed with the Nike Book silhouette. Like it's the shape of the Book one, but the look of the Spiridon, in which case it's like, why is this the new signature model and why not is it just like one of the other random mashups that they've done? I think they're going to be dropping a Air Max 95 Neon Book 2 or Book 1 rather. This is getting confusing. Either way, I don't know if it's this or if it's just this and they did the render based off of this look. This one looks a little bit more interesting because it's a little bit more different, but this is just underwhelming. I don't know what's going on here. Either way, the Book 2 debuts next year, probably during All-Star Weekend, something like that. Again, 2026. Nike going crazy with some of their new silhouettes. We got the first looks at the Total 90 Shocks. So they've merged a pair of Shock sneakers with the football boot, the football shoe, whatever you want to call it. Crazy. This is a crazy silhouette, and I'm sure it's probably going to be super popular because the Total 90 shoe is something that people absolutely love. The Shocks is a trending model, but you just couldn't get more crazy than this. All over metallic silver with like the iridescent kind of shocks on the bottom. It's a wild looking pair of shoes. Now this one's actually dropping pretty soon, July the 12th apparently this year. So I don't know, if you're into something a little bit more crazy, this one's coming soon. Speaking of shoes that are coming soon, we also just got a little update from Sunday's episode. The Premium Goods Air Max 1 collaboration is now going to be dropping on July the 18th. Here is the thing. There is 718 pairs made. What is that? Like freaking, that's like the most ridiculous drop. Like the amount of pairs is like, what? Half of them are friends and family. The rest are all botted. This is crazy. We also got some updated images. It does look super premium goods makes sense. I wonder if each pair is going to be numbered and why 718. It's got to have some kind of reason behind that number. Either way, they look pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. It looks like a cool, you know, premium Air Max 1. It's just crazy that they would do 718 pairs. Oh, the significance behind the date and limited units is tied to Brooklyn, in which the entire borough is locked in with a 718 area code. Makes sense. Adidas is going to be dropping what could become one of the most popular sneakers. Like, this just seems like a very, you know, it sneaker right now, so I'm sure people are going to absolutely love it. But they're bringing back the Ghost Sprint in more of like a lifestyle variation. Release date July the 1st, so maybe it's already released. I'm not entirely sure, but this was like the OG one from 2006, and then this is what's actually going to be dropping, covered in all over suede. It really does look like that latest New Balance model, which I'll show you guys in a second, but they've obviously updated it. They've got like the little double lace thing, just like the Miu Miu collaboration, Mui, whatever the hell you call that brand. It looks very similar, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind the shape and the look of it, but yeah, the slender shoe thing, not really for me, but just expect a bunch more colorways like this silver one down here. That's gonna be later on. 140 bucks for these things. It's a little bit steep. I would imagine they'd be closer to 100. This is the New Balance 204L, which is another one we spoke about. They're doing a bunch more colorways and stuff like that. This is the Kith collaboration, or the Ronnie Fieg one. There's a bunch of different colors. We got teal, we've got pink, we've got orange, all going to be dropping at some point this year, this summer actually, so very soon. But yeah, this is also going to be another very popular sneaker from New Balance. All right, let's talk about these Nike collaborations. This is insane. So these are all of the upcoming Nike collaborations for this year. Whatever's left in 2025, that's what these collaborations are. First one, Nike and Yu-Gi-Oh! Not entirely sure exactly what they're doing on this one. I don't think it's been leaked yet, but that's coming. Nike and Lego, we saw they dropped their first actual set, but they're dropping sneakers and stuff later on. Nike and Supreme, we know that they're dropping the 5-pack of Dunks at some point. Nigo and Nike, they're doing more colorways of that. The Air Force 3 model. Stussy and Nike, they've got another collaboration coming up. Nike and Tom Sachs, we know that they're doing the Mars Yard 3.0 in September and probably going to relaunch the general purpose shoe and stuff like that. Nike and CPFM, I'm not entirely sure what they're doing, but I believe we're getting another version of like those crazy shoes that we saw. Like there was the Dunk. I think there's another version of that. Off-White and Nike, we know that they're bringing back the Jordan 1s. They're also potentially bringing back some Air Force 1s as well. Potentially more. We'll have to wait and see. CDG and Nike, we just took a look at that, but they're doing some other stuff this year. PSG and Nike, we know that they're doing, I can't remember what sneakers it was, but really escapes me. It's like an Air Max model or something like that. Levi's and Nike, those are dropping this month actually. And that is it. So not only just an insane amount of collaborations, but also a lot of them are super high profile. And this doesn't count the Jordan collaborations, which you could say could be part of this list. Crazy. Let me know which collab you're gonna be after or most excites you. Speaking of collaborations, Nigel Sylvester just announced his next Jordan collaboration, which should be dropping this year. He dropped this little video on his Instagram. He pulled up in a G-Wagon and then showed off this poster. He doesn't say exactly what shoe they're going to be dropping. The only thing that we can really tell from the poster is the name of the next collaboration, Better With Time. So the other one was like Brick by Brick. This one's Better With Time. And you can kind of see or tell that he's wearing a pair of Jordan 1s in this poster. So we know that he is doing another Jordan 1, which is this one down here. This is the lows, the next bike air variation. It's just literally a low cut of his last Jordan 1 that he did. But we also know that we're supposed to be getting this one this year as well. So this is the Jordan 4, which I think a lot of people are highly anticipating because it kind of takes on obviously like the fire red type of look, but it's going to be a lot more like aged and yeah, aesthetically just a lot more bike air action. But yeah, we haven't seen too much of this one, so it's one or the other, or maybe both. Maybe they drop as kind of like, you know, a little collection, part of the Better With Time thing. This is coming very soon. Stay tuned because I know a lot of people are going to be after the Nigel Sylvester 4s and 1s. Now, staying on the topic of Jordan 4s, we just got some big news. The Air Jordan 4 Toro Bravo is expected to drop next year as a retro during the summertime. $215 retail. We do not have very many, if much, like information on this. Just the fact that they're coming back, and here is a mock-up of the sneaker. Some people are going to be super excited, but yeah, we're not going to spend too much time because yeah, all we have is this render. That's about it. But the Jordan 4 that everybody wants to talk talk about is, of course, the undefeated Air Jordan 4, which they have fully unveiled, at least from a enter up standpoint. So Undefeated just launched this sign up page, which you can go and enter your name and your email address, and you will be added to a mailing list in order to receive updates on the Undefeated Air Jordan 4. So this is the first time that it's been officially announced, and it is coming very, very soon. August 28th, we have seen a bunch of leaks of these things, whether it's the Nike Air version or the Jumpman version. I'm talking about like the logos on the back, because the Jumpmans are a lot more limited than the Nike Air, counterintuitively. They also dropped this little video basically teasing it. So we got the Undefeated logo, and then we also got the Jumpman on top. All we need now is just to cross our fingers and when the raffle goes live on Undefeated's website. So it is important to note that this is the website that's going to be releasing them, which is a brand new one. It's not Undefeated's regular website. It is undaj4.com. So yeah, I assume they'll do like a regular release on here, or potentially a raffle. Hopefully a raffle, because yeah, I mean, it's gonna be botted for sure. Moving on to Justin Bieber, we got a nice little slide of his upcoming footwear brand, or I guess it's just his brand in general. There's gonna be clothing and stuff like that, but this is specifically of the footwear. So a little more updates. This is a 3D printed version. This is actually done by Zellerfeld, so a cozy slipper. We got this, which looks insane. Like, what the hell is on the inside? Like some kind of carpet fluffy material. Same thing going on with these. They look very, very cozy. That same chunky slide, which we've been waiting on. Some, I don't even know what you would call these. They kind of look like aqua shoes to some extent, but also maybe just slippers. These are the interchangeable sole slides, so you could swap out the little footbed for something a different color, mix and match. Then we got a sneaker. This one looks wild. I do like the aesthetic of this brand. Like, it's very different. It's unique. It's kind of wavy, organic. It's cool. More shots of the 3D printed slipper version. And then last one is the slides. Dope stuff coming. I cannot wait to see what Justin Bieber, or Lil Bieber as he's changed his name, I can't wait to see this brand. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be interesting, and hopefully it's a little bit more affordable. Please be affordable. Finally, let's talk about this Nike stealing situation, because it's actually a topic that is very, very relevant. There's been a growing amount of people accusing Nike of stealing designs. Now, this is not the first time, but the current controversy is surrounding this, the Lego Nike Dunk release. Now, we've seen this leaked and rumored, but now that it's officially been unveiled, people immediately looked at these and were like, huh, where have I seen this before? Now, last time we spoke about this, I did mention this is a customizer's design that was popular like back in 2020. So I was like, I have no idea why Nike is doing this now. It just seems a little bit random. Does it have anything to do with Lego? No, it's just weird. But this aesthetic is actually this man's, Joshua Vides. Whether he created it or made it insanely popular, it's definitely his design. So this is him. He's been doing these customs on Nike sneakers and other sneakers for a very long time now. He kind of popularized it. It's like the sketch type thing. So a lot of people are accusing Nike of stealing this design from Joshua Vides. So his whole aesthetic, this over here, is the whole like sketch thing. He's an artist. In fact, I think he's even collaborated with Nike before. We got an entire video by like Bieber Williams talking about this.
Nike and Lego owe Joshua Vides a check. This dunk isn't just inspired by the firefighter turned graphic designer's work. They bit his whole damn style. The black outlines, the 2D sketch, that's his logo, his livelihood. Feeling that no matter how hard you work, the big guys can still take your shit and there's nothing you could do about it. So Nike can sue you for flipping the swoosh, but when they flip your whole style, who sues them and actually wins?
Point is that I think what people are really pointing out here is the irony of this. Like, they've done this quite a few times. There's a lot of different examples of them taking designs or inspiration from already established things, especially customizers and smaller brands. However, when other brands kind of do similar things and they use Nikes to customize and stuff like that, Nike immediately files a lawsuit and sues the hell out of them. And a lot of the times those lawsuits are like fair enough, or, you know, there's justifications for it, but it's just the hypocrisy and the irony of Nike doing something like this that just seems so weird. Again, not the first time. They've done this multiple times. I think now it's just like another example. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you think that Nike copied his design, or some people are also arguing that Joshua Vides used Nikes to build his own brand and therefore it's kind of like biting the hand that feeds him. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, but that wraps it up for this week's midweek re-up. We do this every single Wednesday and Sunday, so if you do want to stay in the loop with all of the latest news, sneakers, and drops, make sure you don't miss out. Subscribe to the channel, and of course, there'll be another video in that corner just chilling out, waiting for you to check it out.